What the hell are the Tigers going to do now? And are they out on Alex Bregman? Because that is the hot infield name right now that people are waiting to see where he could go. The teams in my mind, it was looking like, okay, Detroit, maybe the Mets, because the Mets are like saying, hey, screw it, we're going to spend money. Or could it possibly be another team in the AL East and like the Boston Red Sox? So I think that that's just what I'm really fascinated with is what's going to happen with Bregman. I don't know if Bregman wants to go to the Yankees, and I don't know if the Yankees are very hesitant on Bregman. But if I'm a guy or I'm a team out there and I'm willing to spend a little money, Bregman's a winner. Bregman's a dude that knows how to play. He obviously, his pedigree speaks for itself. I think he would be a really good fit in Boston. I hope he doesn't go to Boston, but then they'd have to move Rafael Devers off a third. So that's just one that I'm really eyeing because Bregman's one of those players that can really transform a lineup, can transform what a team's trying to do, but he's going to cost a lot. And the two guys that are in that realm, Nolan Arenado and Alex Bregman, Arenado is going to be the cheaper option just because of what his age is and already having, been around a little bit longer. Still a really good player, but Bregman is still quote unquote in his prime and is going to demand more at the market. But I can't tell what teams are going to want to do. And that's why I think some teams are probably looking at the cheaper option of Arenado. But Bregman, to me, I thought Detroit would have been a good fit. But unless that they are going to really construct their infield more, it seems like he's out of that option. So then you're looking at realistically the Mets and the Red Sox are the two. And can you imagine Bregman playing in Boston? Again, having a short portion left, a guy that's really got great bat to ball skills, who is solid at third base and is just a force in the middle of a lineup. Boston could get scary really quickly. And then the Mets. It's a pressure situation, but Bregman's a guy that handles pressure well, at least from what I've seen and what I've watched with him. And I think that you're going to see some really good years out of Alex the next few years specifically, and just kind of looking at it a little bit more. Like last year was a quote unquote down year for him. And he still had a 768 OPS at 260 and had 26 jacks. So the context there in the last 3 full seasons, Bregman has had no less than 23 home runs, and he's played in at least 145 games. That's production I want. In 2 of the last 3 years, he's had over 90 RBIs. So a guy that's going to be able to be durable, be able to put up some numbers, and be able to really solidify what you're trying to do. And one thing I love with Bregman, and this is like another thing you got to factor in, Bregman doesn't strike out very often. Like that is something in this day and age where I think needs to be valued. Bregman has never struck out more than 100 times in a season. Think about that in this day and age. Last year there was I couldn't even count how many. There was dozens and dozens of players that had 120 plus strikeouts last year. Alex Bregman has not had 100 in his big league career. In the last 3 years, 86, 87, 77, respectively over that time frame. So I think teams need a guy like Alex because of that. You need a guy that's going to scratch and claw, continue to battle. And if I were the Mets, I was the Red Sox or any of these teams, I would prioritize getting Alex Bregman. And I know that teams are waiting around, but I think Bregman's going to be a really, really big part of whoever signs him, and they could be a big reason why they could make a run in the 2025 season.